It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. Of course, it is our daily mission to try to bring you some news that you could use. Today will be no exception to the rule. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. We have a 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. Our scheduled guest for tonight on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline will be the head football coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, none other than Coach Eric Dooley. Get caught up, close scrimmage, except if you were a season ticket holder on yesterday. We'll get a summary recap on that, how things are shaping up, and a whole lot more. Camps still in progress. It's lights, camera, action coming up for Alcorn, North Carolina Central this week coming up. So it's a whole lot on the table. High school football in the ranks and the whole shebang. So without any further delay, we may as well go ahead and get the party train started with tonight's episode. Well, preseason rolling right along. And as I stated, I don't put a whole bunch of stock into preseason because it is just that. It's preseason. But the Steelers looking good yet again. Ben Roethlisberger did his thing, and I'm pleased with what I've seen so far. Cowboys still trying to get their first preseason win, but more importantly, if Dak Prescott is healthy, Texans doing their thing without Watson, so things are shaping up on that end. But we leave that to the big boys, and we take care of things on high school and collegiate level. Big game coming up this weekend, coming up on Friday, the Battle of Waller County. You have the Hempstead Bobcats. They'll be on the road this year, taking on the Royal Falcons. Royal Falcons with new coach Riggins, new coach at Hempstead. We'll hear from a little bit later on, Coach Donovan King. Two new guys on the scene, but it's the same principles. Bragging rights for Waller County between the Falcons and the Bobcats. Friday night kickoff, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 7:30 or 7 p.m. kickoff. We'll get the exclusive times, and it might even be in the report. I forget. The Rob Butler report on the Southland, Tarleton taking over the WAC, and they say that Texas schools are doing an upheaval at the WAC. In case you missed that, go back to our YouTube channel, or you can go to the website on the talk show page and click on the sports report, and you'll get caught up with the latest going on with that. What we're going to do, we're going to take us a break, and we'll come back with more of tonight's episode here with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. As they say, so much to do and such a short time to get it done, but guess what? That's what we do. We love doing what we do because it's all about the kids, right? All about the kids. So what I need to do is take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear more for tonight's show. Have sports, we'll travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Hello, this is Alonzo Hardy Jr., the president of the SWAC Alumni Association. The SWAC Alumni Association is an organization founded on December 10, 1999, at the Sheraton Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. Its mission is to serve as a rallying ground for individuals who have made the Southwestern Athletic Conference the illustrious conference that it is today. Its membership is open to former student athletes who played in the conference in any sport, as well as to coaches, athletic administrators, staff members, game officials, and fans. Annually, the association holds a Legends Awards and Roast Banquet or luncheon where it honors individuals with Lifetime Achievement Awards, a Chuck Prophet Wagon Master Award, and occasionally a Distinguished Service Award. Proceeds from that event help to finance degree completion scholarships for student athletes who have exhausted their playing eligibility at SWAC universities, but who may still need an extra semester or two to complete their college studies. For more information on the SWAC Alumni Association or to get information on becoming a member, you can send correspondence to SWAC Alumni Association, 875 Miller Creek Lane, Newport News, Virginia, 23602. The email address is swakalumniassociation@yahoo.com.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network would like to take this time to recognize its sponsors and underwriters: Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Reflections Paint and Body Shop, Helping Hands Lawn Service, the Hotline Press newspaper of Hempstead, Texas, Diva Skin Conditioner, Purple Drip Daiquiri and Grill. For more information on how you can become an underwriter or a sponsor here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, our number to call is 832-213-8824. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
This is Donovan King, head football coach at Hempstead High School. We have finished up our first two scrimmages, and we're getting preparation to get ready for a big rivalry game this week with Royal. But I wanted to take a minute to kind of highlight, these last 2 weeks. We went to Burton 2 weeks ago and scrimmaged there, and we did some really good things. We saw some things that we needed to fix and work on. But, the kids fought hard, and the kids have shown a great deal of maturation, over the past 2 weeks since we started camp. Past Friday, we went over to Austin, Reagan and scrimmaged there. And, again, same situation, saw a lot of growth, saw some things that we need to improve upon. But I'm overtly thrilled with, just the amount of success that our boys are having right now and how they're handling that. I'd like to give a huge shout out to, the parents that have been coming out and supporting our kids and, them taking time out of their day to come out and support the kids and see and show them that, the community is definitely behind those guys. I'd like to also give a shout out to our administrators here at the high school for all of the support that they've been showing over the last few weeks as far as allowing us to get out and do the things that we need to do in order for our kids. I look forward to seeing you guys out next Friday at Brooks Royal. Thank you, and go Bobcats.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference, also known as the SWAC, has become one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics today. Founded in 1920 by C.H. Fuller, Red Randolph, C.H. Patterson, E.G. Evans, H.J. Evans, H.J. Starnes, D.C. Fuller, and G. Wood Jordan, the SWAC's charter class, the Super Six kicked off with Bishop College, Paul Quinn College, Prairie A&M, Sam Houston College, Texas College, and Wiley College. The founders came up with the league during a general meeting to discuss common interests as a grand experiment for historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. The SWAC's member schools experienced many difficulties in its early years due to the limitations of state funding, but the SWAC never stopped sponsoring competition among its members and student athletes. Though only one of the original members of the SWAC still remains, the SWAC continues to rise in prominence among the best in collegiate sports. The SWAC is one of only 2 Division I conferences whose current membership is made up of 100% HBCUs. Its current members include the last remaining charter member, Prairie A&M, and others like Southern University, Texas Southern University, Grambling State University, Jackson State University, Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University, Alabama State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and Alabama A&M University. As the SWAC continues to grow in prominence, so does its membership. At the start of the 2021-2022 academic school year, Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman University will join the SWAC as its 11th and 12th official members. Championship competition offered by the league currently includes men's competition in baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and indoor and outdoor track and field. Women's competition is also offered in basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. The SWAC continues to solidify its status among elite collegiate competition with notable NCAA tournament appearances in multiple sports. The SWAC is considered one of the premier HBCU conferences in the country and currently ranks among the elite in the nation in terms of HBCU alumni playing with professional sports teams. Notable professional HBCU and SWAC alumni athletes include Walter Payton, Jackie Slater, Jerry Rice, John Stallworth, Steve McNair, Michael Strahan, Titus Howard, Kadero Hodge, and many more. The Southwestern Athletic Conference will continue to produce some of the best student athletes to ever touch a field of play. Just as the mission statement states, the Southwestern Athletic Conference is organized for the purpose of encouraging and conducting intercollegiate sport activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence while representing SWAC member institutions with a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. I've been Morgan Hendricks for the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike Prince Show, live Sunday night edition. Had a slip, a glitch, as sometimes that happens, but it is. Life goes on. You make the adjustments and do what needs to be done. And speaking of making adjustments, we have on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline head football coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, none other than Coach Eric Dooley. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing well, and good evening to all.
Well, good evening to you as well. Hopefully all is going well. An extensive scrimmage on yesterday. Before we get started, everybody's safe and sound, right?
You know, that was the most important play out of all of it. We were able to get, close to 100 plays in and no major injuries, just little nicks and bruises, normal football. So that was a blessing within itself.
Okay, now 100-plus plays, Coach?
Yeah, I'd say, with some plays that we had to run over, but that's what we want because that's what our offense is built on. We want to run 100 plays. We want to wear out the defense, and that's why we need numbers. And fortunate enough this year here, we have some depth. Okay,
you got depth, which is a very rare commodity right now, which leads me kind of to the first question here. We got a lot of teams, and you kind of been included in this as well, picking up a lot of late portal pickups and walk-ons, or I'm assuming that they're walk-ons. How is all this being paid for? Is there some extra money floating around the NCAA let out we didn't hear about?
No, he ain't letting out. You just gotta not be more than just a head coach. You got to manage that budget as well and know what you can bring in and what you can let go. When one go down, you got to bring one in. So fortunate enough, we kind of monitor our roster and know what what is needed, and know where the funds are there. And then, we've been having some quality guys that just wanted to be a part of the program.
Okay, so it's just a sign of good fortune going on right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, let me just say, blessings going on.
Well, blessings coming down and flowing freely. And I even heard every now and then that if you let a few praises go up, some extra blessings might come your way.
Absolutely. I completely agree to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline with head football coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. A very extensive practice on yesterday, closed to season ticket holders, and a good physical turnout. Now, I'm pretty sure the guys are kind of recouping on today, right, Coach?
Yeah, this is our off day right now. We kind of made it our business to make Sunday our off day. The NCAA make everyone have an off day, so we put it on Sunday, and it's just working out well for us.
Okay. Now, with everything that's going on, Coach, and you know that we have itching ears and people listen intensely because they get excited when they know you on. So they say, Coach, they say, Mike, you make sure Coach come clean with it, come straight with us. And I guess we'll go in what I consider probably the most sacred part of the team. How are the front lines looking on the offensive and defensive side of things?
Well, I'm extremely excited about my defensive line, and I know that's strange coming from an offensive-minded guy. But I'm extremely. I thought we brought some guys in here that's going to help us tremendously, and along with the guys we already had. So we just feel real good about it. And I'll say that our offensive line, it started off. We had some old heads there, guys, some returning vets, and brought some new pieces of that puzzle in there, and now I'm starting to see it come to as within this last scrimmage. Those guys was young, but they're catching on as we had some old heads that came in. So I'm kind of not satisfied. Please, we're working, and I like what I see.
Okay, now we know what Jason Dumas brings to the table. His motor is on high all the time. If you exclude him, who else has kind of stepped up in that needed role of dominance and leadership on your defensive front line?
Well, I got a young man that he's actually still a freshman. We're talking about the young man. This young man has been doing a great job for us. Talking about he just plays well. He plays hard. He kind of like tried to get in the footsteps of Dumas, and that's what you like. That's why leaders on your team, so those guys can gravitate to those guys and have the same pattern that those guys going through. But we got Jesse Evans. We got Troy James. We have also guys by the name of Dante Carter. I'll be honest with you, I want to name names because I can go on and on. I just feel we got some guys that's going to help us out, no doubt about it.
Okay. Now, of course, you're saying that the defense is the surprise or the leaders right now, especially coming from your perception of being the offensive-minded person. With that being said, Coach, do you feel that there was a need to increase that level of play for the defense and for the team to be overall successful?
Well, what I did was I always like to observe, and I survey a lot of different things. And what I did, I surveyed the conference. And when I looked at the conference and I saw who had been winning the conference those years, I saw where their strength were. The strength was the defensive line. You got to have good defensive line play in this conference. Now, it goes further than that when I look at it. That's the part that I observed on that. But not only do you have to have good defensive line, because being an offensive-minded guy, I know that you can control that D-line by quick gaming them. You can get the ball out of his hands. So most guys are going to say, get the ball out of the quarterback hands. That stops the pass rush. So I got to go back on that back. We got some guys in secondary to play, some returning guys that can play. Got to be really, really exciting. Although we lost a linebacker, I'm very, very excited the linebackers that are coming back.
Well, yeah, that walked right into the next question, Coach. You can't replace a Story Jackson. There's no need of even talking about that. Who has accepted that challenge of trying to be the next best thing as far as leadership and playability on that linebacker's position?
I never try to replace anyone because, no one is the same. But here's the thing that I can state a fact. In 2019, Trishad Smith led the team in tackles and was top in the conference in tackles. Trishad Smith is coming back. Maybe he's a forgotten name, but he just didn't have the tackles that he had this season in the spring. But he did lead the team in tackles and was maybe second or third in the conference in tackles in 2019. He's back bringing a lot of leadership. We got a young man that and it's so good to see those guys grow into that position. We got a young man by the name of Green. I think he's going to do a great job. He's a guy that plays that same position that Story plays. And he's been playing well. But then we brought in the transfer, Jeremiah Harris, right out here from Shadow Creek, I should say. And he transferred in for us and doing a tremendous job. And we got some depth linebacker spot. I can call a lot of names. Shaheed Reese had been on the team and playing. And then we got Jeremiah Harris' teammate who played with him, Shadow Creek, and Warren Schenkel. So we feel good about the guys that we got coming back. Everything goes well with our Story. That's how I am. I'm always going to pray for young men to do their best and do what's best for them and their family. But we miss him. But tell you what, we got some guys in there that can play some football.
Very good. Once again, we're on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline talking with head football coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, getting ready for the Labor Day Classic, 13 days away. Before you know it, September 4th will be upon us, and we'll be down in Houston, Texas, getting the fall 21 season off and running. Now, Coach, it's obvious there's been a lot of moving pieces. You got a new strength and conditioning coach. How is that working out, and has the team been able to adjust, and vice versa? Has the strength and conditioning coach been able to adjust the way things were going along?
Absolutely. He's in his I guess can say, he's in the pre-stages right now, getting things started with those guys, but have come in and have fit in well for again, you're talking about replacing guys. Hat goes off to Coach Leonard. He did a great job for us the years that he was here, but, guys have to move on, and we have to move on. We have to make sure we put guys in place that's going to benefit Prairie View A&M University. And I think we put one in Richard Johnson, a guy not too familiar in this SWAC, but have come on and he hit the ground running. He understood what needed to be done, and everything that I'm asking him to do, he's falling right in line in suit of doing it, and the players have gravitated to him as well and understand his style. We everything that we do, we're gonna all work together. We're gonna work in as one. It's been a good fit thus far.
Okay, and I know, and we're not one. We don't ever use and make excuses, but realities are realities. It becomes at a critical time. Anytime that you make a change, there's no perfect time to make a change. But when that change comes, how much of an impact does that have on you as a coach for preparing the players and preparing, and your overall way of doing things as far as getting ready for a season?
It has a lot, but I pride myself on staying ready so I don't ever have to get ready. So I look at all phases of the game. I look at all phases because I know in this world, in this sport that I'm in today, I know moving parts come, also often, especially when guys do a good job. Everyone is always looking for it, that next step up. Some guys are fortunate and want to be where they are, but then you have that, on the other hand, you have some guys that have to move on. So I kind of like make sure that I stay ahead of the game in anything that we do. I always have someone that I can call, or maybe several guys that I can call right away that I know is a perfect fit for us and I move forward with.
Okay, very good. Now let's transition, Coach, over to the offensive side of things. We'll start with the big guys up front. How are they coming together as far as where you need to be? I know it's always a work in progress, but how is that development coming along?
I'll say this here. They're on the right highway. They're on the right highway. My expectations are very, very high. It's a passion of mine, and it's very, very high. And they stand that. and they working towards it. But I think they're doing a good job of doing the things that they really understand the offense, and I would say it's more than a work in progress. I say those young men, for what they've showed the last 3 days, they're working. I'm pleased, never satisfied though.
Okay, very good, and I'm glad to hear that they're on 290 and not 45. So,
yes, sir.
I know 45 is kind of goes in the same direction, but I need to be on 290, and more important, I need to be on University Drive so we can make sure that we get things taken care of. That's very good to know. Now, Coach, here's the biggest, I guess, question mark on the goal, and I know that you guys. When I say you guys, I'm talking about coaches in general, but it's something about my SWAC coaches. They get very protective of their depth charts, and I'm not asking for a depth chart, but who is taking the charge in that quarterback room, sir?
Let me say this here, and my wife can agree to this here, because sometimes she'll pass by the office. My depth chart might change every day.
Uh-huh.
I just have a way of just having I have a depth chart every day. Because you're in competition every day. But, you got to like what Juwan Pass is doing. No one is backseat. I know you want that order.
No. I don't even want that order. I'm not going to even put that on you, Coach, because we still got 13 days. And you broke up. You said
but let me say this here.
Uh-huh.
Let me say this here. We also have some other young men that are in the mix that some guys are very, very familiar with. I don't think no one heard the name of Chris Herron, the young man who from right here in Texas, right in the neighborhood. I think he went to Langham Creek. Yeah, right there. He's battling as well. Then we got another young man by the name of Chris Scott. Let me just say this here. That quarterback room is the room that you want to have.
Okay, you broke up just a little bit. You said the quarterback room is what?
Is a room where you would not want to miss a day of practice.
Okay. The competition is that hot and heavy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, you got a lot of dogs in the race but there's going to always be one super puppy or two,
That's right.
And like I said, I'm not asking for an order. And you got what, 4 or 6 quarterbacks in that room right now, Coach?
Yes.
Okay.
You got 5 in there.
You got five.
Yeah.
Not in any particular order. And you can throw us off if you need to or want to. Give me your top 4.
My top 4? Oh, that's easy. You could have told me. My top 4 is Juwan Pass, Trayvon Connolly, Chris Herron, and Chris Scott.
Not necessarily in that order, though.
Any form. Just put it in the hat, pick one out. We're going to be all right.
Okay. Very good. Now, each one of those guys that you called off, what is it that's unique about their skill set fitting your scheme?
Well, when you talk about a Juwan Pass, just in football terms, he can spin it. He can flat out throw it. He can throw the football. Question about that. He's big in size. He's probably about 6'4", about 220. Can stand tall in the pocket, and he really takes command of the offense. He's been here just since the summertime, but have a great understanding of the offense, and he understands defense, and that's always very, very important. So just the knowledge of the game and the skill set that he has with throwing the football. When you talk about a Trayvon Connolly, you're talking about a playmaker, a guy that can beat you with his arm as well as beat you with his leg. He does a lot of things in our RPO game that is very, very good for us. But he understands the game now. The game has slowed down for him as well because he's been around for a while. So he's a lot of athleticism to the quarterback room. When you talk about a guy, Chris Herron, and this young man if he wanted to, he probably can play receiver. He's just that gifted. Has a tremendous arm. Really, really fast. Got great size. I think him and Trayvon Connolly kind of like mirror each other. in that aspect. You know, he was a top guy coming here out of Houston area 2 years ago. And then you talk about Chris Scott, a tall guy, about 6'3", 6'4", more slender built, strong arm. Him and Pass kind of in the same boat. Pass is a much guy. So we got what we need to run the offense that I'm very, very familiar with. I just think and I can tell you guys right now, Trayvon Collins and Jawan Pass is battling right now. Those two guys that there's no question that's going to take over.
Okay.
So I know in the spring we played two. We won't play two. We'll play one. We'll have a starter.
Okay. And with that being said, it's pretty much taking care of itself then. It's pretty much taking care of itself. Okay, very good. Now we're talking again with Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, getting ready for the Labor Day Classic between the Texas Southern Tigers on September 4th at BBVA Stadium. Now, Coach, let's go over to your old position, wide receivers. How are you looking in that area, and who's looking to be your go-to receiver?
We got a couple men that we brought in as well. We brought in Evan Sayers, a kid that signed with Kansas out of high school. We brought in John Williams, a kid who signed with Memphis out of high school. Those young men here are working hard as well. And we brought back a returning senior, Chris Johnson, who transferred in when we first got here from Dooley. Been waiting to get 100% healthy. So those guys, they're been here. But we got some guys that, in my opinion, in camp, been making some strides. You're talking about a Jalen Howard. We call him a little speed bug. He's been making some great in practice and doing some tremendous things. We got Xavier Johnson from right there in Temple, playing extremely well. Got off to a slow start in the spring, but you can see where he's trying to put his foot in one of those spots. I just think we have multiple guys. We got a veteran coming back in Antonio Mullins. He's coming back at the wide receiver position. And the young man been kind of a little banged up this year here, but I expect big things out of him. Kobe Washington. So we got some guys that we're very, very confident in. We brought along three, I think, extremely good freshmen that I think going to do well for us. In Reggie King out of Scotlandville and Baton Rouge, Treshawn Smith Spiller from right here, and then we also brought in Cameron Franklin. So we kind of boasted the rivalry, and I cannot leave out Ty Holden as well. So we got some guys that we feel that are battling, and when we look at it, we need the top 10 spot.
We got the top 10. You said top 10. Okay. I'm hearing you and feeling you, as I say, loud and clear on that. And I guess we would say, last but not least, running backs. It's always a critical part of the offense, but we know that not just the Prairie View's offense, but college offense as whole is kind of controlled by that quarterback position, but is kind of guided with that running back. And what's your running back room looking like, Coach?
I think it's strong. It's real strong. I'm real pleased with Jaden Stewart. Just a freshman. This young man here, he's probably about 6'2", probably about 215, 220. Got great speed, great size, strong. You cannot tell that this young man is a freshman. But when you move over to the vets, we got Kristen Mosley, who looked like he done hit another gear. He's finally 100% healthy. And then we was able to bring in a young man who I know also well in LaDamian Brooks. So we are excited about those guys. That's not to even mention Double A, we call him. Antoine, Ahmad Antoine. So we got some guys in that room that, of course, you don't replace a Tucker. You get a guy in to come, but we got some guys in here that I think can go to work.
Okay, and going to work is what it's all about. Put your hard hat on, and as they say, go and get it done. We're talking with Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Now, Coach, I got to ask you this. We're still in the midst of the COVID-19, and as a matter of fact, the Delta variant has kicked up and revved up its ugly head yet again. If you were to pick a number or had to pick a number, what percentage of the team is fully vaccinated?
88%.
88%? Okay. And
yeah.
Go ahead.
Say within the next week, we'll probably be above 90, 95.
Okay. And I know that it is it's not, you can't force anyone to get the vaccine, but here's my stance on it, Coach, and you don't have to respond one way or the other. But it is a blessing to be able to play athletics, whether it's high school, collegiate, definitely professional. And that is a privilege, not a right. And it's just like being a part of any exclusive club. There are prerequisites in order for you to even qualify to be brought to the table for discussion. And I don't have a problem if they made it mandatory that if you're going to be involved with any extracurricular activity, not just athletics, but anything attached to a university or a school, you need to be vaccinated. I would like if you respond to that, but you don't have to. What do you agree or disagree? Okay, go ahead.
No, I fully agree. But here's what we do. This is what we did with the young men. We didn't make anything mandatory. We educated them. We educated those young men on what about getting vaccinated, what it could do, how could it help. The bottom line is, I'm a man of God. I know something that's 100% vaccinated, Jesus Christ. So I'm always going to speak. But then I also went on to let them know what the percentage are. It's nothing in life that you do is guaranteed. But here's one way to prevent, not just you playing football, but you're saving someone else's life as well.
Absolutely. And so I'm wishing, and then you say you're getting closer to that 100%, and I'm hoping all is well, and I'm hoping and praying that no one contracts this thing anymore. And while I'm speaking of that, what's the status on Coach Singletary? We know that he lost his daughter due to this thing. How is he doing, Coach? Have you heard from him?
Yes, I have. I had opportunity to go to the services on yesterday and speak to him and his wife, and I've been talking with him throughout the week. That's a tough situation right there. We're deeply in prayer with him. He's hanging in. He's a man of God as well. And, he's a lot stronger right now. But, you can't ask no one to get over something like that, so delicate like that. So we pray with him, and we know that God has the best interest at heart. So we just, once he come back, we here. We one big family. So, we just phone calls. But I'm not going to wait on him to call me. I'm going to make that I'm that there. So many individuals say, if you need me, call me. No, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to do what I need to do.
Yes, sir. Now, I know you guys have been working with him and probably say, hey, man, take as much time as you need before you come back here, because when the deal settles, this is still a game, and we're dealing with life right now. In his case, the loss of life. And it's just, like you said, a tough situation to be in on that matter. With all that being said, the games are still moving forward, getting prepared. As we mentioned, 13 days away from opening kickoff. We did notice, and I got to dangle this one out there in front of you, Coach. There's been a slight modification with the logo. Is that an indication that the uniforms will be changed this year too?
I have no control over that, so I don't. That has nothing to do with the I guess the uniform per se. The only thing I want to do, Mike, I just want to line down and play football. Our motto is spot the ball. We just want to spot the football.
Yes, sir.
We just want to spot the football. So, if they bring something old out there to put on us, we're going to line down and go for 60 minutes. Whatever it is, we're going to play football for 60 minutes. It's our duty to put on a show for you guys, because you guys are alumni, strong alumni of this. That's the university, so we're gonna put on a show for you guys to come see.
Well, you know what, Coach? I don't even care about a show. I just want the wins. I don't care. Look, it could be an ugly show. It could be a slow show. It could be a defensive show, an offensive show. Just at the final draw, they say Prairie View more, other team less. That's the show. You know, and I know people get
That's always
excited.
the goal.
Yes, sir. I know people get real excited. You know, you offensive guys get all the glitz and the glory, and I get that. You know, it is what it is. But you can't hold that hardware up without a strong defense.
My motto is you can't hardware up without having all three phases. Right. I'm taking it to another level. We got to have a defense, an offense, as well as a special teams. We got to be up on 100 in all areas. That's my goal. I don't want to say, well, they won because they defense. They won because they offense. We won because we got a team.
Yes, sir.
We got a team. We got all three phases, and we're going to play football.
Well, look, you walked right into this next one because we're talking about special teams right now. If the season were to start today at this very moment and you needed a field goal to win the game, what's the max range you feel comfortable sending your kicker out there?
48.
48. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 48. And I let 48, you feel like he would hit it 10 out of 10 times?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that will be my gauger to go the 48 and beyond. So really and truly, that's around the 31-yard line that you're in that kicker's range.
We let me say, I won't say kicker. We got two kickers can kick at 48.
Okay, two for the price of one.
Absolutely.
Now, what about the punt game, Coach?
You know, doggone now he's all grown up now. You know, he's mature and he's been doing well. We kind of averaged him yesterday in punting. He averaged about right at 43 yards a punt. He had a 50-yard punt, he had a 60-yard punt, and he had another one in the high 40s. And he had one at 30 because of where the ball was at on the field. He has grown to be a tremendous punter for us right now, and I think that he's going to do a great job. Okay,
very good. So all three phases are set, and the tempo is being set. And let me ask you this, Coach. You said when you first got here, you were brought here to win championships. And as you enter into this technically would be the fourth season, correct? Okay. With that being said, are you feeling any type of pressure that this is the year you got to get it done?
Every year I feel like I get it done. There's no pressure, but we got to get it done. Simple as that. We got to get it done. You know, I don't operate on pressure. We just line down and go, but I feel real confident. I'm a very, very confident guy. So, you know, that's what I want the audience to understand. I know every position you said, you talked about, I talked about that we had and was in good grace. And that's the way I'm always be. I'm not going to speak negatively at all. I'm got a positive vibe on what we have here in our young men. I see them every day, and I feel that confident in them. So that's my words. No pressure, but we got to get it done.
Yes, sir. Got to get it done. And speaking of getting it done, your mentor, a very influential person in your life, Pete Richardson, this past week, they named the field at Mumphrey Stadium after him. And I know you probably had a chance to talk with him about that, but you got to be feeling pretty good about that accomplishment. And what, you know, the beauty behind it for me, Coach, they're acknowledging it while he's yet still living.
Absolutely. When I got that message, I say, finally, you know, I mean, what else can he do? So that's good. You know, we you know the saying, you're in the word, give him his flowers while he.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's well deserving, though. Well deserving. Can't celebrate with him like I would like to, but he understands the mission that I'm on right now, so he understands why.
Well, you know, the greatest gift that I was thinking you could give to him, Coach, is not this year because I believe we're hosting Southern this year. No, yes, no, yeah, no. We host Southern this year, right? No. We go to Southern. That's right. The greatest gift you can give him, the greatest gift you can give him, Coach, is a loss on his field. That's the greatest compliment.
I think he would gladly accept that. I think he would gladly accept that one.
Yes, sir. You give him the loss and do it in class and dignity and decorum, and you just say, you know what, Coach, it was an honor to get this win on the field named after you, and I think that would be the excellent gift that keeps on giving.
It would, but let me state this here. It would be an honor, and I know we're talking about him, the accomplishments that he's done, but the only thing I'm worried about right now, not worried, but I'm preparing for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's why it's going to be down the road. We know that.
Yeah, that's all.
The line is
different. We're going to check each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but yeah, it would be an honor. It would be an honor. So we'll like this here, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes, sir. But the main line in the sand right now is September 4th at BBVA Stadium. The Panthers and the Tigers will be getting it on for the Labor Day Classic. If you've never been, you owe yourself the opportunity. The atmosphere is wonderful. The game is exciting, especially when the Panthers get the win. Coach, I want to thank you so much for joining in with us on this evening. I want to give you an opportunity to have some thoughts and comments, sir, and the floor is now yours.
Well, first of all, thanks for you guys having me. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to me. But let me say this. I just need the Panther Nation to come out. September the 4th, come support us. I know it's not our home state, but it's still in Houston. Come on and support us and come see the fall 2021 Panthers. Look forward to see each and every one out there, and go Panthers.
Go Panthers indeed. And Coach, look here, man. In Houston, in Prairie View, it's still a home game because it's in the state of Texas. And I believe PV Nation is going to show up strong, show up proud, and show up loud because Prairie View produces productive people, and we're going to take care of business come September the 4th, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, joining us on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. I've got to take a break, and we'll come back with our final segment of tonight's episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You guys keep it right where you got it, and we'll be right back. Have sports, we'll travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. Reflections Paint and Auto Body Shop, located in Waller, Texas, is ready to restore the beauty of your automobile. Whether it's a small dent or a major accident, if your vehicle needs auto body repair, check out Reflections Paint and Body Shop. All repairs are completed by highly skilled and trained professionals. They are located at 2910 Waller Street in Waller, Texas. And just in case you can't get it into them, they provide towing services. Call them today, 936-931-5780. That number again, 936-931-5780. Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org. Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas.
This broadcast has been made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Have sports, we'll travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back to Sunday Night Live edition. Mike Prince Show here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I want to thank Coach Eric Dooley joining us on tonight's Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline call. 13 different locations to serve you. The newest and nearest one here in Waller County, Texas, of course, in Waller, Texas. We got a lot covered from Coach, going over a lot of things, but more importantly, who is taking the lead in the quarterback room. We know you get the big-time transfer from Louisville, but you can't count Connolly out. Connolly has proven time after time he has the residual, he has the mentality and the flat-out toughness to weather the storms. And we'll see come September the 4th who will be the last man standing leading the charge for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Well, you heard the assessments from Coach Dooley. Of course, you're going to look at every situation half full when it's a team you're leading. How do you assess what the Panthers are bringing to the table? Are you happy with what the Panthers are bringing to the table for this fall 21 campaign? It's going to be a lot. It's a stacked deck. Alcorn now in the West. You got the likes of Southern University. Of course, what Grambling has done. Pine Bluff defending West champs from the spring. Texas Southern on the uprise. And then, of course, Prairie View. Where will the Panthers finish? How will they finish? How will they come out the gate against Texas Southern? Texas Southern is definitely beating to a different drum these days. They say they're playing with house money. You know, every which way is nothing but up if you're in the maroon and gray fan base. They're excited about what this game is going to bring. And we talked about it in this past week's episodes on the magnitude of this Prairie View Texas Southern game. The fact that this game is the opening game of the season for both of these teams, it's a conference game, and it's just so much riding on this game to determine really the destiny of your season. Not that if you have that one game loss that your season is over with, but it sets the tone for everything. It sets the tone for soccer. It sets the tone for volleyball. It sets the tone for basketball and all your other athletics that make up your program. And that's why this game truly, truly works the way it works. And like I stated earlier, the only other reasonable alternative to me, if this game were to ever move, would to be making it your homecoming opponent. But that's neither here nor there. A lot of expectations coming from the camp of Dooley and the Panthers, and deservedly so. This is year number 4. You got to get some things done. The rubber definitely has met the road, and you got to get those results. And we hadn't even talked about the Eastern Division of the conference, but we got to get through the Western Division first before you can talk about the East. And when the dust settles, all action begins this coming Saturday. Alcorn and North Carolina Central kicking it off for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Don't miss the projections for Coach Petaway and myself as we get ready to figure out who's going to do what with this pick'ems for the season. And we got some tiebreaker scenarios and everything set up. And we're truly, truly excited about what that's going to bring and how this season is going to come up. And don't forget, we come to you each and every day right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show comes to you. 10 a.m. is our goal in the a.m. on Monday through Friday. Saturday, we have our Sports Report Saturday featuring Rob Butler and his Southland WAC Conference coverage. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to dub that the SWAC Report as well, but it'll be a S with a hyphen, or should I say a dash in between, and WAC. So the Southland WAC coverage. You like that play on words? I thought it was pretty cool too. So we'll have the SWAC reports coming to you all football season, and just excited to bring that to you. Don't forget, on Saturday mornings, we'll also hear from our local high school coaches. We'll hear from Coach Riggins from Brookshire Royal Falcons. We'll hear from Coach King from the Hempstead Bobcats, Coach Johnson from the Waller Bulldogs, and Coach Krantz from the Rose Hill Christian Eagles. My time now has come where I must exit stage left. I want to remind you guys to follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel, subscribe to that. You guys have been doing that slowly but surely, and we truly appreciate that. But that is at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And, of course, the website, obnradio.com. Thank all of our sponsors for tonight. And, again, thank Coach Eric Dooley for joining us on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. I've got the exit stage left. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.